I just had an idea today, which is I could try for the next 30 days to actually do the things that I say I should be doing in order to improve my mental health, to feel good. And, this could potentially be called something like 30 days to feeling better or 30 days to feeling good or probably feeling better. Um, because, I know how people can improve their mental health. If you asked me, Kenny, um, what are the steps for that somebody should take if they're depressed or if they're at a low point in their life? And I would tell you that they need to be exercising either daily or every other day or something. Or I'd tell you that they need to work on their diet, or they need to do all sorts of things, go for a walk, go do all these things. And I would tell you all the things that somebody needs to do in order to improve themselves and to get better. And yet, if I look at myself in the mirror, I have to ask myself, am I doing those things? And let me tell you this, the reason why I thought about this today is because right now in my life, I am at the most rock bottom place that I've ever been at in my life. And I'm hoping that things get better and things don't get worse for me over time. But if there was ever a time for me to put this into practice, if there was ever a moment in my life for me to actually do something about my mental health, it's today. And today is day 0 on this journey. Tomorrow will be day 1 for me to actually work on doing the things that I say you should do in order to improve yourself. And I'll tell you this, number 1, the first thing that I've already done on day 0 is today I have already sent a text message to my dad, and I just told him, I'm just like, I am not okay mentally, and I don't know if I can help myself, and I don't know what to do. Those were the first words I sent him, and he's already aware. I told him a week ago when I saw him last. I told him that I was struggling and whatever. He kind of had an idea, and we talked about me potentially setting up a therapy appointment, and I had one therapy appointment already. That's the first thing. I'm practicing what I preach. I'm not just saying, if I recommend to you guys you should go to therapy. I haven't, like I'm actually trying. Like I actually want to help myself. You know what I mean? So I have another therapy appointment set, and this is not going to be for another month, but I might set up a different appointment sooner. We'll work that out in this whole 30-day period, but I I don't know how I'm going to be feeling at the end of this 30 days. I highly doubt that it's going to be a significant difference, but I am so messed up right now. Like I am just not okay, and I need to get better. And it makes a lot of sense for me to document this journey, you know. So this is gonna take me into January. It's December. It's almost Christmas in like a week or two. It's December 14th today. So by mid-January, and I'll probably be making some YouTube content, and I'll probably be doing some live streams, during this period, and people might it might really appear to people publicly in the things that I post online. It might seem like I'm fine, because I do my best to try to mask the way I'm really feeling. I try my best to, when making content, put on a smile and try to, you know, I try to you know, even talking to people and whatever. Like, I don't want people to know how I'm really doing, you know. But let me just tell you, I haven't been this bad in 10 years, you know. Like um, I mean, things need to change for me. So that's what this is about. So tomorrow I will be working out for the first time in a while. I'll be creating some sort of a basic plan. And then maybe day 2 or 3, I will be coming up with a more detailed plan. It's not just about coming up with a plan, but I think it's about making sure that the plan is adjustable and flexible. And yeah, so we'll see how this 30-day goes, but this is a 30-day attempt to become consistent at good, healthy habits for mental health, with the goal of going from being at rock bottom, at feeling the worst I've felt in a long time, to getting back on track. That's what this is about. Okay, guys, it is day 1 of this challenge for me to feel better, and I will say I'm recording this right now before I've done anything today. I have not done anything today in particular that will help me on this journey. So the goal today is to just do my first exercise. You know, it's been 2 months since I've worked out at all. And I've really been slacking, and I can tell that I'm sort of gaining weight, and I can tell that I'm sort of just, you know, my muscles are just not there. Like, it's just, I know that I'm just completely not in shape right now. And I think that the lack of working out has affected my mood. So I need to get back on track, and I need to start doing that. So that's the one thing that I'm going to do today is I'm going to work out. And I'm going to do a small workout from home. You know, I never go to the gym, but like that is like the goal for me today. And I'm going to do more things throughout this 30 days. It's not just about working out. You know, it's also about eating healthier. It's also about doing some meditation. It's also going to be about, doing other things that I think are going to be good for me, like going to therapy and things like that. Okay, but day 1, this is the day where, if you're doing any sort of 30-day challenge, this is the day 1, the day when you have the most motivation, right? This is why when people do their New Year's resolutions, like, I need to go to the gym. Well, you go to the gym, in January, and then you never go the rest of the year. Like, it's very easy to say at the beginning of something that you're going to keep doing it. You have the most motivation on day 1 to do it. So the difficult part of this process is going to be week 2, week 3, week 4. Like, the further down the line we get, the harder it's going to be to stay consistent. And not only that, but you might start feeling like after week 2, oh, I already feel better. What's the point in continuing to do this if I've already achieved my goal, ahead of time? And that's going to be maybe the difficult thing, but we'll get there, okay? So day 1, let's use this day to, first of all, get going. Do the first activity. Do the first workout. Start your diet. Start whatever, right? Do the things that are healthy for you on day 1. That's what's important. But also on day 1, maybe even you could have done this before you started doing all this. Day 0 even, is to actually get out a piece of paper and write down your plan. So I'm going to go ahead and get out a notepad here. Okay, so this is sort of what I'm doing here. So I'm going to write down 30-day challenge to feel better, right? So number 1 is exercise. So I have to ask myself, what am I going to do with exercising? So for me, it's going to be a lot of small workouts at home, light workouts. I'm going to say 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes a day. If I miss a day here or there, I can't get mad at myself. Maybe some days I go for longer workouts. I know for those of you guys that are gym rats, for those of you guys that do workouts a lot, you're like 10 minutes, that's nothing. Lightweight, that's nothing. You know, you guys would say go to the, you know, maybe in this process, I do actually go to the gym at some point, but it's day one. We need to keep it small. Day one, keep your goals small. Even 10 minutes a day, this might be a big goal. Maybe you don't need to exercise every day. Nutrition. Okay, there's a couple things that I need to take a note of here. So number one is, you know, healthy foods, obviously. And I need to focus on buying healthy foods and avoiding, you know, avoid junk food. Actually, let's write that down. Avoid junk food. Just eat more fruits and veggies, you know, protein, you know, just don't just snack on potato chips, Cheez-Its, whatever. Don't just, that's not good. Like, it's fine. Like, you can have that stuff if you want it, but like, let's not make that your full diet. Okay? Let's not, like, last week I bought like 2 boxes of Cheez-Its and they were gone in like 2 days. Okay? So like, just having like a thing in the house, having a bag of chips in the house, I can't just snack on it slowly. If I open the bag, it's gone immediately, but then I feel full because like, oh yeah, I ate this entire bag of chips. So it's like, well, I'm just going to skip my meal. Well, that's bad because you didn't get, you know, broccoli or chicken or whatever. You know, you didn't get the more healthy food in you. So, nutrition wise, healthy foods, avoid junk food. And secondly, daily, if I can type, daily vitamins. Daily vitamins. You know, if you don't incorporate vitamins into your nutrition, you know, thing, you should do that. That's something that I need to do. So I'm creating like a plan for the 30 days of how I'm going to actually get myself back on track. You know, again, this is from feeling like you're at rock bottom and you're trying to just get yourself to a level that is not wanting to, well, maybe I shouldn't go there. You need to get to a level to where you can function as a human being. Okay? Because these are things that maybe the average person takes for granted. These are things that maybe the average person is just like, yeah, no, I just feel good normal. If you are like me and your emotions are up and down and all around, you feel like crap like most days, you're trying to get yourself to a level that's just like functional. So that's what I'm trying to do. But these are also just good things for people to do in general. Number 3 is meditation. I would like to do daily meditation. We'll say 15 minutes daily, just sitting in silence. So the 2 things on this list that I can do, well, 3 things I can do. Number 1, I can go take my vitamins right now. I can go do a 10-minute workout, and I can go meditate for 15 minutes. So I think that I should go do all those things right now and come back to you guys in this video and let you know that, yes, I've completed all of these things. This is going to be my checklist every single day. In fact, I might even literally get out a piece of paper and make a checklist. I could print something out or something. I think I might actually do that because then it's going to keep me more organized. That's the sort of thing is like, you need to actually write these things down because I struggle so much with organization. I struggle so much with actually getting things done. One of the reasons why I have such an issue is because I'm lazy a lot. So number 4, in fact, let's just make this a point, is to do stuff. / stop being lazy. Like, how do you do this? I don't know. But like, doing chores around the house, believe it or not, What you can believe it. Now, some people actually, this is gonna be, for some people, it's like if you ever walk into some people's houses and you say, "Oh my God, they got dishes in the sink, they got stuff laying all over the floor." You're like, "How do people live like this?" I know so many people that if they walked into my house, they'd be like, "How do you live like this?" Um, it's depression. It's depression. But it's also like I am probably on the extreme end of like sloppiness and laziness, and my house is like a complete mess. So I think that one of the things that I want to do is clean my house. I need to clean my like over the next 30 days. The challenge is, can I not just feel better about myself, but can I literally clean every single room in my house and get it to be like this place is just transformed? That's going to be a long-term goal. That's not something I'm going to start doing today. Okay, that might be day 3, 4, 5, 15, 17. But by the end of this 30 days, if I can have a clean house, I'm not going to show you guys my house. Like I purposely avoid filming anywhere in my house because I know that you guys would be like, "Oh my God, you live like this?" So day 1 is really just making this list and doing the first few things. So these are the goals that I have. Number 5, video game addiction. Limit time cut. Specifically for me, no chess, or like I should limit myself to. I have a problem with chess right now. I played so much chess, I'm addicted to it, and I feel terrible when I play chess because chess is the kind of game, it's a competitive game, and when you lose, you hate yourself. So cut down chess to only a couple days a week or only 1 day a week. So these are the kinds of decisions that you need to be making on day 1. This is a tough decision for me. I don't know if I should say completely eliminate chess. Like, yes, literally, I know that if I stop playing chess, I will instantly feel better about myself. Like, I will instantly stop feeling like crap. And this is something that you guys might not understand, because if you don't have a video game addiction, or if you don't play a game like chess or any competitive game, if you play a shooter game, if you play anything that's competitive, if you keep finding yourself losing and losing and losing and losing over and over and over again, you'll just start raging at the game. So I felt a lot of rage when I played chess because I'm an emotional person. Some people are very very not emotional, and they can just be level-headed when they play a video game, and they can just lose and say, yeah, that's fine. But for me, I can't play video games because they're competitive games, because I get mad. I rage, right? So for me, cutting down chess is like a priority for me. And you guys, this might not be a thing for you guys, but for me, this is a thing. Okay, as day 1, I need to be making this list of stuff. So this is sort of my list of things. We could say other things that I want to do over this 30-day period is human connection, which this is not really going to be that hard to do because it's currently December, it's the holiday season. I'm going to be seeing my family and stuff. So like this is really something I don't need to actually write down, I think, because I'm not going to have an issue with that. But things like going for a walk, or other activities. For me, that's bowling. So I haven't gone bowling in like half a year. But bowling is an activity that I'm good at, that I enjoy doing. It's physical. If I just go bowling once a week, I think that's going to boost my mood a lot. You know, I think that's just going to boost my mood because, you know, it's snowing outside. It's super cold. Going for a walk is really not doable. I mean, unless the snow melts and maybe, you know, I'd have to bundle up and go outside. But hey, maybe it's still worth it. So I probably won't be going for a walk. But, you know, normally on like in like the spring or like the summer or something, not the winter, I would say go outside, you know, get around the trees and stuff. So yeah, I mean, this is it. This is what I'm doing. So, you know, I think I'm gonna save. Right now, literally, I'm gonna stop recording this video. I'm gonna go exercise for 10 minutes. I'm going to take my vitamins. I'm going to go meditate for 15 minutes. Maybe do some stuff around the house. I don't know. Maybe something. But that's what I'm going to do today. Creating this list day one, doing the first small things. This is the first step. And guess what? This list is not everything. Okay? If I can come up with a better plan tomorrow, if I can rethink my plan tomorrow, the next day, this is not a static thing. You don't just create a thing. Now, maybe it's helpful for you to stick to a plan, but I think that that's not how life goes. Life goes with you constantly making adjustments and changing things. But it is important if we're doing a 30-day challenge to actually stick with these things. So I'm going to go ahead and work out now and do 10 minutes of working out. I think I'm going to start with, do I start with meditation or do I start with exercise? I'm going to start with meditation. And then I'm going to do 10 minutes of exercise, and I'll tell you guys how I'm feeling after that. So, all right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, guys, it is day 2 of the challenge here, and I thought I would update you guys today on my results from yesterday, on what I did, as well as today. So I sort of ended yesterday's segment telling you guys I was going to go work out, and I was going to go do meditation right away. But what ended up happening was I went and got some food, and I ended up eating like... I had like some bread, right? So I had these Hawaiian rolls, right? And I had those rolls. I had 3 of them. And the reason why I had those is because Sandy bought some, what do you call it? It's like from Costco. It was like this chicken salad stuff or whatever. It was really good, I guess. Like just whatever, the mixture and like a pre-made store-bought, you know, chicken salad mixture from Costco. And so he just put that on like Hawaiian rolls. It's pretty good, you know, but my body doesn't really process bread very well. I don't know if I have some weird thing with gluten or whatever, but I ate that and I felt super exhausted, and I don't know why, but I just felt like I was ready to crash. Like I don't know if I had like a sugar crash. I don't know if I had anything the day before or something that was unhealthy, or like if I get like a lot of sugar, I cannot handle it. I avoid sugar. I avoid bread as much as I can, but I kind of wanted to eat it because we had it on the counter. You know what I mean? It's like we had the Hawaiian rolls, so I ate it. But I did not feel like working out. You know, and I told you guys I was gonna work out right away, but I didn't feel like working out. My body was so tired. So I waited several hours before I started feeling a little bit better. But the thing I will say is, like, a lot of times on these days when you feel exhausted, on these days where you feel physically tired, those might actually be the best days to work out, because you start working out. Maybe you got like some sugar thing, or maybe you got some like food related like fatigue or whatever. And those might be the days where if you work out, it sort of might override that, you know, and you might start feeling better. Let me tell you this. I said I was going to work out for like 15 minutes or something. I maybe did like, or no, I think like 10 minutes. Right? I said I want to do like 10-minute workouts every day. I maybe did like 5 minutes, but those 5 minutes were intense workouts with squats and like things with dumbbells, like curls, and I did some jumping jacks and other. I like to, like, you know, at least do like a few minutes of like cardio at home, like jumping jacks or something like that. And at the end of it, I felt it in my legs from the squats. I felt my heart beating, and I was like, okay, this is enough for today. Day 1, it doesn't have to be a lot. Okay, it has to be simple. But guess what, guys? Today, day 2, I woke up. I felt amazing. Just that little workout made me feel better yesterday, but it made me feel better today. And that's the thing that I found when working out is usually after working out, maybe the same day, I don't feel necessarily much of a change, but the next day, I usually feel like $1,000,000 the day after working out. So that's the one thing that I've learned, I think. Today, okay, as far as meditation goes, yesterday, I set a timer for 15 minutes. I closed my eyes and I was trying to like empty my mind and like not think about things, but like I got really distracted and like I lasted maybe like 8 minutes. And I've done meditation like this before, setting a timer, and I've gone 15, 20, 25 minutes before. So my goal throughout all this is to maybe kind of have some days where maybe I do like 30 minutes. I want to try to get up to 30 minutes, like maybe once a week or something, you know. But most days, 10, 15 minutes is probably what I'll be doing as far as meditation. Today, I did better with the meditation. I set the timer for 10 minutes and I did it. And today it was like, I didn't really feel like meditating today. I really didn't. You know, I just kind of, my workout was better today. I did more push-ups. I did more arm stuff today. Um, I did a lot like push-ups and stuff, which was nice. But I felt great today. Okay, like day 2, immediately feeling great. Like I feel like maybe my biggest issue as far as what I deal with is not working out. The difference that there is when I work out versus me not working out is insane. It makes me wonder if I really even have mental health issues or if I do. First of all, I do. The past week has been absolutely insane for my mental health. I cannot describe to you guys the reason why I'm starting this challenge is because I found myself at the most rock bottom of rock bottoms that I've had in my life as far as mental stuff. And one thing that I might do is I might try anxiety medication. My dad says that he's on anxiety meds and my brother's on anxiety meds, and I was just thinking about it, and I feel like my anxiety might have been getting worse, and that might be a thing that I try at some point. But maybe I save that. Maybe I don't rush into that right away. Maybe I wait. Maybe I wait till after the 30 days here and do that. But day 2, really, I didn't do much today, okay? But I'm building a pattern of yesterday I did a workout, yesterday I did meditation, today I did a workout, and today I did meditation. And that's the consistency that I want to keep doing moving forward. I felt great today. That's the big news. But Sandy got out of work. She said, "What do you want for food today?" And I said, "I don't really care." I didn't tell her that I was doing this. I didn't tell her I was trying to eat healthy. She's just picked up some Wendy's. So I did eat Wendy's today. That is the bad thing. We'll see how that affects me. I don't think it should affect me that much. I think I should probably avoid junk food because it's really not very nutritious. But you know, I have some some veggies in the fridge that I'll probably end up using here. So anyway, I think this is gonna go well. I think I'm gonna start feeling great here in like a week, and like it's gonna almost be like I was never depressed. The problem is maintaining that, because as quickly as I can go from feeling like negative 100, I feel like I can go from 0 to like I feel like my emotions can fluctuate so fast down and so fast up. So as much as I think that I might quickly start feeling amazing, I am worried that if I don't maintain things very well, that I can quickly deteriorate into a downward spiral and start feeling like, hopeless and stuff, and super depressed and whatnot. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it. So we'll see how I go. See what I do tomorrow. I want to start implementing new things, not just simply working out and diet. I want to start, doing activities that are enjoyable, and we'll get to that in the future. So anyway, there's the update for today. Day 3, I actually just got done doing a little bit of a light workout. Today I did less of a workout today than I did the past couple of days. Did some stretches at first. Just barely did anything really. But I did do, some cardio stuff to get my heart pumping a little bit. I'm actually out of breath a little bit right now because I'm, recording this immediately after that. But today, actually, what I want to focus on is the meditation part, because the first couple of days, yesterday and the day before, I didn't really feel anything out of meditation. I quit way too early both times. I set my timer for like 15 minutes and I only did it for like 7 or 8 minutes, and I was just distracted and my mind was like going all over the place during them. And then today I actually went for the full 15 minutes. And at first, I tried to be attentive to the thoughts that were coming into my mind, and I just started thinking about like, okay, what am I doing here with the meditation, And like as I was like sitting there thinking about what am I doing with meditation, I saw my mind start thinking about things I did earlier in the day that I don't know, my mind was wandering. I was imagining what I was going to say to you guys in this video, and I was like, okay, and I just kept experiencing all these like thoughts and things go into my mind, and I was like, okay, I feel like the goal of meditation should be to just be and just kind of just sit and just have your mind almost be empty like that. Like you don't always recognize that that's necessarily like it's really hard to say like what's your goal of meditation, because the goal of meditation is not to have a goal. You're just being, But I'm just like, I'm always like kind of aware of like because I've gotten into moments in the past where my mind was just completely at peace, and like there was no thoughts going in and out of my head, or at least I wasn't aware of them, or I was just kind of I just was, like I'm just being, and I sort of know what that feels like. So I was trying to like just kind of sit there with my eyes closed and just get back to that point. And it took a while, and I don't even really say that I fully got there in the 15 minutes, but I started thinking, and I just started recognizing that I have an inner dialogue, or I have an inner monologue. And I just was thinking to myself, who is this me that is thinking about myself having an inner dialogue? And I got a little bit confused there for a second. I started thinking about like my consciousness and my awareness, sort of like what I was attending to. What is this part of my brain that is able to be aware of the other thoughts that I'm having, right? Because, I have thoughts that come into my head, like, oh, that chicken tasted good I ate earlier today, or, like, oh, I was thinking about a TV show that I was watching, and I was thinking about, oh, that's an interesting show. And I was like, why am I thinking about that right now? I'm trying to be meditating, you know what I mean? And I started thinking about, what is that part of my brain? Like, I can't seem to control these thoughts that just get flooded into my head. So I was just sitting there and I was just like, okay, let's just not focus on those thoughts. And then I thought, okay, if I don't focus on those thoughts that come into my head, so those thoughts are not like the conscious me, those thoughts are a different part of me, like subconscious, is there like a more like awareness part of my mind, and there's a more like subconscious like thoughts and images that kind of just float up to the top, and I can't really control that. And so what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just like not pay attention to all these thoughts, ideas, desires, imaginative things? Am I just not supposed to like pay attention to them? And I was kind of spending some time thinking about that, or rather trying not to think about that. I was trying to my goal, I guess, is to just not think about anything, is to have a thought come in one ear and out the other, so to speak, to just kind of sit there in silence. And then I realized I was focusing on my breathing. I was trying not actually focusing on my breathing became a distraction, because I know that sometimes they say in meditation, just focus on your breathing. Well, I started focusing on my breathing, and I was like, I'm not breathing right. and so my mind kept going to these thoughts, and I'm like, this is not where I want to be right now. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be thinking I'm not breathing right. And I was like, is there something wrong with my lungs? I was like, should I go outside and get some fresh air? And I'm like, I don't know. Like I had all these weird thoughts in my head, and I'm like, okay, this is not great. Um, but by the end of the 15 minutes, I almost got to a point where I was like, I actually enjoy this, like sitting in silence and having and not focusing on a million different things. Because at the beginning, for the first 10, 15 minutes almost, um, at the beginning, it was a lot of this thinking about my thoughts, trying to not think about my thoughts, and focusing on different things that were popping in my mind. And by the end of it, I did get to a point where I was, I don't know, I just, it felt nice to not be thinking about things. Like I was like right there, you know, like maybe not exactly, but I was right there in the spot that you're trying to get to when you're meditating. And so I'm really looking forward to doing some more meditation and maybe sitting longer. I think I need a little bit longer to kind of get away from the, you know, to get away from all the mind clutter, I guess is what I want to call it. The mind clutter and there's just so much going on. And if you could just like I realize how much stuff is just flooding in your mind every day. And like if you can just kind of rest or get to a mental point where your attention is not on the million things that are going through your brain, then you can find some sort of stillness and peace and just and you know I literally might do some more meditation tonight. Like yeah, but okay, another thing I want to say about day 3, just an update, is I felt like crap earlier today. And I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that I had Wendy's yesterday and my food. So I think the next few days I want to focus a lot more on my nutrition. And also I thought about this was like I kind of started doing my exercise and my meditation later on in the day. So like for the beginning of the day, for most of the day before the evening, I was kind of on edge, a little bit cranky, a little bit not feeling great. So I would say I wasn't really feeling great today. Once I did the meditation and the work, I started feeling better. So now I'm trying to think, do I need to do these things early on in the day, you know? And that's maybe something that I'm thinking about possibly doing, but I need to focus more on my nutrition. I think that's the point where I need a lot of work. I can easily do a 5-minute workout every day. I can do 15 minutes of meditation every day. This is the easy part. But what needs to happen is I need to find other things that will help me feel better throughout the day. One thing I will also say about today is I was trying to avoid video games and chess and stuff because I have a major addiction to these things. And I booted up chess.com and I haven't played since I started this 30-day challenge because I said I was going to stop. I booted up chess.com. I played several games, and by like game 3, I was like slamming my fist down. I was like, God dang it, you know, and I got really pissed off, and that put me in a bad mood because I lost a game or whatever. And I realized that like I gotta stop, man. I gotta stop doing this, you know, because like playing these, it just gets me so mad. I'm like, I need to really. So that's one thing I gotta work on is avoiding video games and games that are gonna get me mad. And work on that. So I got things I got to work on. How do I feel overall? I still feel like I'm not 100% the past few days. I still feel like I feel a lot better. Just working out alone made me feel a lot better. But these past few days I have not seen like a significant jump in my overall well-being. I still feel like I have problems and issues. So I'm really looking forward to a week or 2 weeks from now to see if there's any overall mood differences. But I feel like 3 days is just not quite enough to kind of get a good gauge of everything. But I think by the end of this 30 days, my physique is gonna be so much better, for sure, and my experience with meditation is gonna be a lot better. And I think that's the biggest thing about this is regardless of whether or not this 30-day challenge does anything for me,
at the end of the, it's going to get me experience with consistency working out and consistency meditating for the first time ever in my life. So this is going to be very important for me, and I'm looking forward to that. The hard part is just, am I going to do it every day? Am I going to be successful with the 30-day challenge? This was day 3. 3 days in a row is pretty easy to do, but can I do it for the weeks in the future? Me recording these videos every day, it keeps me honest. It keeps me like, I do the workout, I do the meditation so I can come here and tell you guys. It keeps me accountable. So I'm like looking forward to telling you guys that I did it. And that's a really interesting thing. And that's not necessarily a thing that you guys can replicate at home unless you have your own social media platform, or like, you know, whether, you know, if you have like, if you can post it for people or whatever. If you have an audience, like if you don't have an audience, like, okay, how do you, like maybe you guys could like find somebody in your life as an accountability partner or an accountability buddy or something. Like, tell your friend or tell your mom or tell your dad or your brother or sister, tell them like, hey, I'm doing this 30-day challenge. I want to call you every day, or I want to text you every day and give you an update on the fact that I did it, or, you know, like that. I don't know if you guys could do that or not, but like, that is what's going to keep me going. And that's the thing that I think would be difficult for you guys to replicate. You know, it's easy for me because I have a channel, and like, so keeping yourself accountable, looking forward to telling somebody, you know, I did it today. That is an interesting point. So anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys here. This is gonna go ahead and be the day 0 to 3 update. I don't know how many videos I might combine an entire week into the next video or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a video every few days, every week or something. So there might be 4 or 5 or 6 videos in this entire 30-day period of me doing this. I'll chunk things together. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of things I want to talk to you guys about as far as feeling good. And if you guys have any suggestions for things that I can do besides obviously just health and nutrition and meditating and stuff, if there's any other things that you guys can recommend for how to feel good in life, practical things to do, let me know. So guys, that's it. Thank you for watching. See you guys soon.